4.38 miles an hour. This is his third #1 of the season and 26th of his career. Obviously, in these conditions, that was a really fantastic run.
Yeah, it definitely was. You know, off the trailer, usually I try to say that's the run that sets the weekend, but luckily it didn't for me because I struggled a little bit, blew the tire away, and managed to keep recovering each lap. That's the key out here, is you got to get better every run that you make. And a little bit of chassis stuff on our side, trying to adapt to the racetrack. It's a little greasy, a little hot, and you know, with this being one of those unique facilities that has a little bit of a drop-off as it continues to go, we're struggling with wheel speed a little bit, but it looks like we've kind of come to our own and adapted. So I'm definitely excited. I have a great Harley-Davidson going into tomorrow, and that's all I could ask for is to start from the #1 provisional spot and keep rolling forward.
As the season has progressed here lately, your team started to hit its stride. What's changed?
Well, that we can't talk about because then others would know. But you know, we had to work a lot on the on really trying to get the fuel to work for us. You know, we came into this season and switched fuel suppliers, and the biggest thing for us was trying to get our engine combination, everything that we are so used to doing. You know, we're sort of creatures of habit. Everything just falls that way, and when you throw a big change in like that, all your tuning notes and everything that you've had for years is now gone. So we've had to work towards that, and it was a matter of finding what made our engine combination the happiest. And I think we had a test session right before Denver that we went up to Martin, Michigan and made some laps, and that really helped us move forward and progress. We tried out some new parts and some new pieces and really started you know, just really gaining momentum from there.
Any questions for Eddie? Tim?
Eddie, why did y'all choose Martin?
That's interesting. You know, it's one of those places that they actually had some really good track equipment up there, and it was enough out of the way and gave us the weather that we were sort of looking for. You know, that's the thing to testing is it's really hard to go somewhere and get what I would like to say race-like conditions. You know, and we know coming into this part of the season, we're not going to see all these 70 and 80 degree weather. So we ended up going north, and you know, we either went south to Kentucky where it was going to be about 105 and humid, or we went north and got 85 and sunny. So we chose 85 and sunny.
We'll go Brandon, then Kevin.
You guys have been accused of kind of running the show for a while, the Harley guys, but there seems to be a lot of parity in pro stock motorcycle in recent years. Are you surprised when guys like Jerry Savoy come up and start really giving you good competition on Sundays?
Absolutely not. You know, we supply Jerry with his horsepower, and Vance and Hines does that for a good handful of the Suzuki customers, pretty much all of them out there. And we know what those motorcycles are capable of. And to be quite honest, I think NHRA has done a good job in the last year and a half, 2 years now to bring it to that level. And you know, all these guys are very, very similar in horsepower. They have to find it, and you have to find out what works. And I think the fuel change this year helped some people, and as well as it hurt others. But in the end, the key is trying to adapt to whatever changes are made. And I think it's the greatest racing we've had in a really long time, and honestly ever in pro stock motorcycle. Because if you look back in years, you know, where there was big spans of ET, now we're falling in that realm of pro stock car and heck, top fuel and funny car. You know, this is some of the greatest racing I think you could ever ask for in Mellow Yellow drag racing right now.
So you don't want to go back to the years when you and Andrew won every race?
No, you know, I really don't, to be quite honest. You know, and it's, as much as we love winning every single race, it is one of those things that it is bad for the class, or however you look at it. But in the end, you still have to, as a rider, get the motorcycle down the track, do your job, turn on your wind lights. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the countdown here. I think it's going to be a great battle amongst all brands.
All right, we'll finish with Kevin.
Just given the conditions, what would you have said your odds were going around Jerry going into that last round?
We were joking in the staging lanes with Tim Kalungian, Andrew, and myself. And Andrew told Tim, he's like, "I'm coming for you." You know, and Tim's the crew chief on Jerry Savoy's motorcycle. And Tim comes walking up, and I'm standing in the water box, and he's like, "Hey, he's like, your teammate told me something. He said, I'm coming for you. And I said, well, I'm going to tell you something too. I'm coming for you. I was like, so we're both heading your direction. So we'll see how it pans out. But, I think that shows you there's a great rivalry. And I think when it's at any point that any brand can go out there and really capture that number one spot, it means something to everybody, and it really makes it fun. We have a good rivalry in the pro stock motorcycle category that I would say is more of a friendly one than it is a hate one.
Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
But that's what we said too.